Luck is never enough to win a sports bet. You need strategy, instinct, a sharp mind, and then, yes, a lot of luck. But some people made bets so clever, it almost felt like they had cheat codes for winning the game. These are some of the smartest bets in sports betting history. Number 10. The $1 Million Gamble.
I bet $3.5 million on the Super Bowl.
Billy Walters. If you don't know his name, you're about to understand why he is one of the most successful sports bettors in history. And this bet on the New Orleans Saints in 2010 is a prime example of why he is a legend. You see, the Saints had never won a Super Bowl. So when they were against the Indianapolis Colts in 2010, the odds were shaky. Many thought betting on them to win Super Bowl 44 was a foolish mistake. But Billy Walters saw what others missed. He analyzed everything, including stats, matchups, player conditions, coaching strategies, and believed the Saints were primed for an upset. So then he went all in. And by all in, we mean $4.5 million. But what's important to note here is that this was not just any bet. It was a well-researched, high-stakes gamble that had people calling him crazy. But Walters had a sharp instinct and a gut full of confidence. And to everyone's surprise, the Saints pulled off the win against the Indianapolis Colts. Walters' cleverness paid off and he made millions just like that. Well, Walters made an obvious bet. This next bettor went for a unique wager. Number 9. Ashton's Secret Gamble.
I'm Ashton Kutcher.
Believe it or not, Ashton Kutcher loves sports betting. You see, Kutcher teamed up with a group of professional gamblers to pull off one of the smartest sports betting schemes ever. This secret gamble involved college football, big money, and a whole lot of brain power. We didn't even know about this bet until 2013, when Kutcher revealed to Esquire that he had once worked with the largest national sports betting syndicate in America. He said that he placed bets on college football games for half a season. The syndicate had spotted flaws in the odds set by Vegas bookmakers, and they needed someone high-profile to place their bets without drawing suspicion. So, Ashton Kutcher helped them. With his Hollywood fame and charm, he waltzed into sportsbooks, placed massive wagers, and made it look totally casual. Ashton ended up making $750,000 in winnings in just 4 weeks. But as always, the house eventually caught on. Vegas bookmakers realized something was up and barred Kutcher from action. While Ashton did it for fun, there was another bettor who used his bet to grow his business. Number 8. The Genius with a Marketing Strategy.
Great City said to me in Linda West, "Kid, here's a chance for you."
We're talking about James McIngvale, better known as Mattress Mac. McIngvale is no ordinary furniture store owner. He is a Houston legend, famous for his gallery furniture commercials and his crazy gambling stunts. The clever thing he does is that his bets are usually part of a genius marketing strategy. In 2022, Mattress Mac wagered $10 million on the Houston Astros to win the World Series. This bet was part of a clever promotion. You see, Mac promised customers who bought specific furniture that if the Astros won, they would be getting their money back. It was a high-stakes gamble, but Mac knew what he was doing. The Astros pulled it off. They won the championship, and Mac's $10 million bet turned into $75 million. But before you think he walked away a millionaire, there was a catch. He had to refund $74 million in furniture sales. Still, the craze and excitement he created was priceless, which kept gallery furniture on everyone's mind. Even when his $10 million bet flopped the next year, Mac earned $5 million in profits from all those mattress sales he didn't have to refund. Now that's marketing brilliance. While Mac was playing it safe in some way, these next bettors placed the riskiest bet in sports betting. Number 7. Tiger Woods shocked everyone.
A nice paycheck of just over $2 million.
You see, Tiger Woods is a golfing icon. There's no doubt about that. The man dominated the sport like no one else for many years. He used to win tournaments left and right. By 2009, betting against Tiger seemed like madness. After all, this was a guy who made winning look easy, and when he showed up at the British Open that year, he was unsurprisingly the heavy favorite. But then some bettors decided to go against the grain. They took a massive risk and placed their bets that Tiger would not make the cut this time. This bet seemed almost foolish, and yet the unthinkable happened. Woods had an off day, a rare moment of vulnerability on the course, and he shockingly missed the cut. Those contrarian bets turned out to be absolute gold. Suddenly, the people who dared to bet against the greatest golfer of the time looked like geniuses. It was a true 200 IQ moment in sports betting. These risk-takers capitalized on one of the biggest upsets in golf history, proving that sometimes going against the favorite can pay off big time. Now, this is not the only amusing bet we have seen on the golf course. Number 6. Phil's Super Bowl bet. This next bet was placed by none other than Phil Mickelson. You must know that when it comes to taking risks, Phil Mickelson does not just keep it on the golf course. One of his most famous bets happened back in 2000, before Super Bowl 35. Phil placed a $20,000 futures bet on the Baltimore Ravens to win it all. The odds were 22 against 1. At the time, the Ravens were not the obvious choice. Sure, they had a strong defense, but betting on them to win the Super Bowl seemed like a long shot. But Mickelson trusted his gut and put down the money. When the Ravens crushed the New York Giants 34-7, Phil's gamble paid off big time. He walked away with $560,000. This bet was one of the rare public wagers Mickelson has made. It added to his reputation not just as a fearless competitor in golf, but also as someone who knows how to make smart, gutsy calls when it comes to betting. Well, Phil's bet carried risk as he was betting too much money in the first place. This bettor had nothing to lose. Number 5. 15 bets, 1 big win. Mick Gibbs was a humble roofer from Litchfield. In 2001, he pulled off one of the most incredible wins in sports betting history. With just 38 cents, he placed a 15-leg accumulator bet at odds of 1.6 million to 1. That's right. And what did he walk away with? $63,000. But this was not Mick's first rodeo. 2 years earlier, in 1999, he had already turned $3 into $200,000 on another accumulator bet. It's almost as if Mick had a crystal ball hidden somewhere under his roofing gear. This time, his 38-cent bet spanned the entire 2000-2001 season, covering 15 different competition winners. The suspense must have been unreal, but Mick held his nerve. As each leg of his bet came through, the stakes and the excitement just kept climbing. The final nail-biting moment came when Bayern Munich beat Valencia in a penalty shootout to win the Champions League, sealing Mick's incredible win. That single game was the difference between a dream and reality. Next, we have someone so confident that he betted on himself. Number 4. The ultimate self-bet. We're talking about Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather is a boxing legend. He's also a business genius who knows how to bet on himself, literally. In 1996, after losing a controversial decision at the Olympics, Floyd was done letting others dictate his success. When his promotional agency refused to demand $20 million for a fight against Oscar de la Hoya, Floyd paid $750,000 to buy himself out of the contract. It was risky, but Floyd believed he was worth it. This was his bet. He promised that out of this $750,000, he will make more than $1 billion. And yes, he was right. Going independent, Mayweather created Mayweather Promotions and kept the lion's share of his earnings, from ticket sales to merchandise. His confidence only grew, and then he wagered $250,000 on himself to win, and this bet turned out to be one of many that earned him around $1 billion in total career earnings. Even when he came out of retirement from mega fights against Conor McGregor and Logan Paul, Floyd knew the stakes but never doubted himself. His self-bets showed that he has unbeatable confidence in himself, which makes him a master not only of boxing, but of making money work for him. Next, we have a bettor who tried his luck not once, but 7 times and still won. Number 3. The horse racing sweep. We're talking about Darren Yates's bet on Frankie Dettori's legendary Magnificent 7. It's one for the history books. Back in 1996, Yates placed a cheeky accumulator on jockey Frankie Dettori to win all 7 races at Ascot. It sounded outrageous. Winning even a few races in a single day is impressive, but all 7 seemed nearly impossible. But Yates had a hunch. He put down $85.27 on Dettori to pull off the impossible. And against all odds, Dettori delivered one of the most incredible feats in horse racing history. Race after race, Dettori kept winning, and by the end of the day, he had won all 7. That $85.27 wager turned into $690,000. This made Yates's gamble one of the most famous in betting history. Next, we have a 200 IQ moment where everyone doubted the underdog, but the bettor knew better. Number 2. Barkley's bold play. The year was 2002, and Charles Barkley betted on something that no one else was willing to do. You see, it was the year Super Bowl 36 was taking place. The New England Patriots were the weaker team competing against the St. Louis Rams. Most people would not have touched that bet, but not Barkley. He threw down $500,000 on the Patriots, confident they would pull off the upset. People thought he was crazy. The Rams had been unstoppable all season, and betting against them felt like a huge risk, but Barkley stuck to his guns. And then the unexpected happened. The Patriots won 20-17. That bold decision turned Barkley's $500,000 into $800,000. It was a legendary win that added to his reputation as a risk taker. Now at number 1, we have the ultimate 200 IQ moment. Number 1. The bet on a future champ. This is Richard Hopkins, a regular guy and proud dad who saw something incredible in a young racer. In 1998, his son was competing in go-kart races, and that's when he noticed another 13-year-old kid named Lewis Hamilton, who was racing around the track with a level of skill and control well beyond his years. Most parents would have just applauded from the stands, but Hopkins had a gut feeling. He placed 2 bets, $227 that Hamilton would win a Formula One race by the age of 23, and another $113 that he would become F1 world champion by 25. It seemed crazy at the time. Betting on a teenager's racing future was unheard of, but Hopkins trusted his instincts. As you can guess, after a few years, Hamilton did exactly what Hopkins predicted. As a result, Hopkins made $187,000 in winnings. It was undoubtedly the ultimate 200 IQ moment. He spotted greatness before anyone else and had the courage to back it with cash. Now, tell us, do you remember any moment like that? A real 200 IQ moment in sports betting history? If so, share it in the comments below. And before you go, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more incredible stories. Thanks for watching.